Hello everybody and welcome back to Europa, where we are currently fighting Vinland, and we've nearly got them fully occupied. Unfortunately, they've got a bit of a naval chokehold, and we can't really move our navies right now very effectively. They've got a lot of heavy ships, and we can't do too much about that for the moment. We'll see if they give us an opportunity to group our navies together, but I'm not holding my breath on that one. We'll put it that way. So for now, we are definitely interested in, well, we have to recreate this bestial. So we want this for sure. Then I'd like to take like everything over here for sure. They would accept this so far. Okay, so it would end up being something kind of like this. They would not accept this. They have 86 reasons not to do this. This is entirely because demands exceed war score. So at this moment, our war goal is to take their capital, so that means that ticking is happening. We can achieve 17 more war score from ticking. So that's understood. The real question here is, are they going to give us an opportunity to do anything out over here with moving our troops, right? They're blocking the straits here, and this is well played by them, no doubt about it. They're also blockading our... Hang on. They have moved their navies. Let's select all of this. That took a while to select. And let's see if we can sneak our navies up over here. Excellent. So we got our navy group together. I'm surprised they let us do that, to be honest. So that's absolutely great. Now what we would need to do is we would need to manage to get our navy up here, right? Now, their navies are still kind of spooky. There's no doubt about that. We have these heavy ships that are being worked on. They really could use some, like, upgrading. Yeah, that would be pretty significant. We maybe should do this, upgrade our heavy ships, and get those replenished for now. This is going to take a little time. That's understood. So for now, we'll let ticking war score continue. And yeah, there's a call for peace. Netherlands wants a royal marriage. That seems good. And we'll see if they give us an opportunity to move here without sweeping them out. A lot of infiltrators from Bone and Vinland. Okay, sure. So yeah, we're seeing if they give us an opportunity to move here, but I would be surprised if they did. Oh, we don't have a debate right now. We should probably get, like, admin power? If that's a possibility. Maybe we could get military power. We're done with our ideas, right? Yes, we are. Okay. So, yeah, I'm currently leaning towards military power if there's no admin in here. And I'm not seeing any admin power available in here. So, I'm thinking military power then. Or a free stability, actually. Free stability is pretty good. We'll take local autonomy, national administrative support, We'll ignore some corruption. Overruling Senate seat, I like it. Kalerikoi, yes. We could praise the national regiments, that's okay. National administrative support, Emperor. Conscription, yes. Churchlands, sure. And there we go. There's our free stability. So that's great. Now we just need to keep an eye on whether they're going to allow us passage through any of these straits. Now, I would be surprised if they did this. They shouldn't. But we'll see. And if we check in down over here, we can see that our fleets are currently at 45%. So, I mean, that is definitely repairing. At this point, it is 56. Okay, so 11% per month. That's not too bad. So just keep an eye up over here and see if they do anything dumb that they shouldn't do. And we'll try to fight them navally to clear some of this out. But hang on. We'll try a force march here. Yeah, I didn't think so, but it was worth a try. They are thinking about letting us through. They're thinking about it. So back down over here, we could definitely sweep out some of their navy over here. Let's give it another month tick, only the one. And yeah, they're currently blockading this like so. That's fine. So at this point, they have 67 reasons to not accept this. That's understood. I want to head out over here and catch this fleet. We captured 2 ships, and let's head over here and take care of this one. We captured an additional ship. Now we can go to port, and we can get those new ships repaired somewhat. Yeah, we definitely took a little bit of durability damage there, so we can give this a month tick or 2. And those naval battles are definitely good for us. No doubt about that. So let's give this 1 more month tick, get that repair finished, and their primary fleet is here. Do we think we can take that? That's 41 heavy ships. I'd kind of prefer to avoid it if we can, which would basically mean coming up something like this and trying to sweep this out, right? Now, they are on the move. They're down over here right now. Our fleet is currently here. So we swept that. Excellent. And we're going to sweep this out. Now, their big fleet is probably on the way. We're going to head in here, and we're going to head in here immediately. Yeah, their fleet is definitely on the way here. So we got to move fast. To that end, I'm going to split this army in half. We're going to take this half, we're going to force march them, and we're going to take them across this strait right now. We're also going to take these guys across this strait. Okay, we're now going to attack here. We failed to cross here. But for the moment, things are looking okay. So I want to put these guys into port ASAP here. We crossed. We're good. Okay. No more naval issues. Excellent. So that's absolutely fantastic. We control everything we need to now. So this is perfect. We're at 76% war score, and we are now able to cross here whenever we want, no matter the situation. So this is the 6th Army, this is a 9th, and this is a 9th. So that would be this one that we'd want to move up here. Beautiful. Okay, so we can then move these across if we want to. They've got a 43k stack here. That looks good. I do want to get some province improvements going. So there's a couple of town halls that we can actually build, and we may as well do that. No manufactories to be built at this point. So let's look at basilicas. There are a couple of these, and counting houses. There are a couple of these as well. That's it for now. That's all we want to build for the moment. We can spam out some universities, though. And that's not a terrible idea to begin doing. So that seems fine. We'll get that going. Now then, I want to move in down here eventually, but we're going to need to take this fort, and we'll have that shortly. So this is going to be admin tech. I'm not going to grab this immediately. We've got 3 years yet. So we're going to continue to bank our admin power for now. Okay, so let's just have this here. We just lost this military leader. That's unfortunate. I'm going to swap these. We lost this military leader as well. Okay. Well, that's not a great military leader, but I'm still going to swap these around so we can get a military leader here. Okay, so now we're going to roll up another one. There we go. That's a slightly better military leader. And they had some rebellions. Are there... Okay, we already took care of all of their rebellions. That sounds good. These guys can be drilling, so we'll get them doing just that. Okay, so we just need this siege to finish, right? I'm going to, for now, move here, and then we're going to move this army here and this army out over here. Keep in mind, we can move across these straits if we control both sides of it, no matter whether their navy is here or not. So that's absolutely wonderful. We'll lose a little legitimacy, I guess. Okay, so this siege is going to take a little bit. That's absolutely understood. No problem there. So we're at 79%. How much more war score can we get? 7.8 from ticking. Noted. So at this point, they are 14 reasons away from it. Beautiful. The moment this fort falls, we're going to come in and attack these guys, and we'll see what they end up doing. They have no leadership, and we outnumber them 2-1 with a single army. So we'll probably stack wipe them, is my guess. But we have these other forces here just in case. We got a breach now. That looks great. New Granada was building a spy network. That's very rude. We can build a couple of basilicas, and any counting houses worth it? Not at the moment. So we'll just continue to work on universities then. There's no reason not to build universities as long as we have the money. So that seems absolutely wonderful. Keep in mind, universities give you an extra building slot. So they essentially don't take a building slot. So that is absolutely wonderful. We're also currently making 450 ducats per month. So there's that. Great Britain rivaled us. Honestly, kind of cute. We don't really care about Great Britain. I'm not sure how much we even care about Spain, to be honest. Like, we're in an incredibly powerful position here. Enemy invasion. What is going on here? Ah, Bone is invading up here. Okay, so I'm going to send the 4th Elysian Army up over here to deal with that. That should be no real problem. We're just waiting for this fort to fall. I don't suppose Bone wants out of this war. That might get us some extra war score if they did. 4 reasons? Okay, eventually they will. We lost a military leader. That's this one. So I guess we'll roll another one of those. There we go. And we lost another military leader. That's this one. Sure. We'll roll another one of those. That's a good leader. That's a really good leader. So we're going to have this siege finishing up extremely momentarily. And yes, Bone has attacked up over here. There's another enemy invasion imminent in Cuba. I'm not concerned about that one. We'll leave that be for now. So Vinland, actually Bone is offering us peace. Yes, we accept that. So Bone is out of this. That puts us at 99% war score. So that's absolutely understood. The question is, would they accept this now? Actually, they would, and they have 51 reasons. We can't take more money, unfortunately. But yeah, they have a lot of reasons. Look at how much it's going to cost to core this. 1076. Okay, that's a whole lot. We're going to send this demand. And, you know, that's painful. Certainly. So, at this point, we can set an agenda, and we should probably do this. What do we got? A base tax for a basilica? Build a university for 35 of each type of power. Absolutely will do this. So, this should be, we just put in a university right now. Done. No problem there. So, at this point, we are 1 year ahead of time on admin tech. So we would want to keep around at least somewhere around 400 admin power for the moment. Okay, so we're going to want to start coring. Let's sort by overextension. And we can do this. We want to keep around somewhere around 400, right? So we can do something like that. And maybe this one as well. For right now, anyway. So that'll get that started on coring. Now, this is the 3rd army, which I believe should be stationed somewhere around here. The 1st, this is actually the 7th. Let's put the 7th, for now, up in this area. This is the 8th. We can put the 8th around here. This is the 1st. They're, of course, going to come down over this way. This is the 6th. And for now, we can have the 6th. This is currently the 4th up over here. That seems relatively fine. We can have them sit somewhere around, like, here. And then we've got the 9th. And for the moment, I'm kind of thinking that they should be stationed fairly centrally. We'll see if I'm okay with that a little later on. So let's move our fleet back home as well for now. And let's get everybody moving here. Now, we can seize land, and we should do this. Yes, we should definitely do this. So there's some land seizure. I like it. Vinland is no longer a valid rival for us. Hilarious. So Vinland is really, really, really upset. I don't blame them. It's rough. No doubt about it. We're going to have Cheyenne integrated very, very soon here, and we're getting pretty close here to ready to grab revolutionary ideals. So that'll be absolutely fine. We are a little bit ahead of time still, and we can min-max that just a smidge, and that's indeed exactly what we're going to look to do. So our forces are making their way back here. We want to have the first spread out a little bit. There we go. And we can have them start drilling. Perfect. So these guys are already drilling. These can be stationed like here and here. This will be fine. Cool. That looks good. And where are you guys going? There? This is fine, I suppose. As long as you're not taking attrition, anyway. I don't think we need this fort. Let's, yeah, we don't need both of these. Let's get rid of this fort and just keep this fort for the time being. Some of these other forts back here are no longer relevant, like this one. These would be ideal to be moved up, but I'll keep them for now. I think that's reasonably okay. As far as up here goes, I'm fine with this fort, and these guys can be drilling. That looks okay. Cool. I want these guys to be spread out a little bit. Something like this. There we go. And then we have these forces on the way over. Why don't you go there for now? You be stationed here. Social reform for a base production for 5 legitimacy? Okay, sure. That seems fine. We lost a military leader. That was this guy. There we go. Get back to drilling, please. Excellent. And then where are you guys going? You're going there? Why don't you stop here then? Perfect. Okay, and now let's go ahead and enable drilling here and here. Perfect. So it's currently December, and we are absolutely going to want to get the revolutionary ideals very shortly. So there's Build a University in Elan show finished up. Excellent. And let's just wrap up this year. There we go. So we're no longer ahead of time in our technologies, but we can do this, and now we're ahead of time in admin tech, and we can do this, and now we're ahead of time in mil tech. We're very close to being ahead of time in dip tech as well. We're not quite there. We'll have that in July. So that looks good. These guys don't have leadership, so we should roll up a general and get them drilling. Perfect. And I believe that's all of our armies drilling at this point. Yes, they all are. Perfect. So now what I want to do is I want to have these light ships be split off here. And I'm going to build this up to our force limit. So this is going to be quite extensive. We're going to need 450 of these. I'm going to build actually 450 in total. Our current force limit of light ships. We're exceeding our naval force limit. Okay, and then they are going to go protect trade probably in the Cycladian Isles. Let's see. Sevilla would actually be pretty close. But let's do Cycladian Isles. We can also roll them in Admiral, which will delay our dip tech a little bit, but that's okay. So off they go. Excellent. And I think that, I'm not sure where those ships are going to go, but that's fine for now. I want to work this up a little bit. So let's take this up to 80 East Indiamen. And I want to get a bunch more heavy ships. I want to have probably at least 50 of these. So let's take this up to 50. And then as far as light ships in this quote-unquote combat fleet, I'm going to have 100 here. And yes, this is going to be very significantly over our naval force limit. That's understood. And then I also want to have some frigates here. We don't have a whole lot of fantastic frigate areas. So that's understood. I'm only going to put in 50 of these. So this would be our current combat fleet. And then we've got our trade fleet down here, right? So that's going to be very, very significant. Sure, we can gain some Patriarch authority. That sounds fine. And we absolutely want to get these cores going, the ones that are causing us overextension, specifically. So we're going to get that started, and then this one will be started shortly. Looks good. We do have a Rebel Uprising Vinlandic Separatists. This is not shocking. And where is this going to end up being? I mean, up over here, most likely. There's also potentially some out over here. Yeah, so I'm going to stop drilling with this army and this army. And for the moment, I am actually going to mothball our forts. For the moment. Okay, we might... I don't think we'll quite have enough to do this. We'll be like one short. Yeah, one short. So Vinlandic Separatists decided to spawn here. Well, that's rude of them. I guess they also spawned here, so there's that. I think that's all of them. So these guys can go back to drilling. They are unnecessary then. And we're going to have to go up and deal with these guys. We may have to siege back this fort, and we most likely will have to. So we can just have these guys drill here. They don't need to move back. Yeah, it's going to be close. We got there in time. Excellent. No siege back required. I love it. So that's absolutely wonderful. Let's get this core going. That is almost all of the overextension causing cores. We just need 55 to get this one done. So that looks good. We'll have that done very, very soon. We're going to be building boats for a while here. And we'll get to that. Like, that'll all get finished eventually. Sure, you can have a seat in the Senate. That's fine. I don't mind it. At this point, I do want to check in on manufactories. Ah, we can definitely build some manufactories. Let's get those going. What about basilicas? Any good ones? One. Okay. Any of these that are just upgrades? Yeah, there are a number of these that are just upgrades instead of being a building slot. Any of these that are upgrades, we should build. So these already have a church in them. We're just upgrading them to a basilica at this point. So there's quite a lot of those. And we would definitely like to spend some money that way. This will be making us additional money. Because, you know, we definitely need to be making more than 500 ducats per month. That's very important. Excellent. So we could sell titles. I don't think we need to do this. But it's an option. I really don't think we need to do it. We're currently building a farm estate here. Okay, where is this? That's here. I'm going to cancel this farm estate. I'd rather get the core done. So we're going to get that underway. Sounds good. And that's, of course, money that we can put into these upgrade basilicas. So that sounds great. We'll get all of that done. Well, eventually. We're going to need to get this coring project completed eventually, but we can grab Diptech, and we absolutely want to do that. Naval morale, that's going to be good. And trade efficiency, of course. So that's going to boost up our income a decent amount. No issue there whatsoever, and we can get some of these other cores going. Some of these are currently building things, but there we go. So these guys were just integrated, and I don't want this army, so we're just going to get rid of it. Wonderful. So we're going to need to make more cores here. We'll get these at least started. But these cores are going to be finishing soon, getting our overextension dealt with. So that sounds great. And of course, our navies are definitely growing here. Very slowly. But they are indeed growing. So this fleet here, this is intended to be part of our trade fleet. We'll merge that together a little later on once they get more constructed, I think. So that sounds fine for now. I do want to get more of these basilicas made. So sort here, there we go. And let's get these upgrades done. These are not using up a building slot. So that is fantastic. This is just a basically free upgrade. We're just spending money on getting more money. So that looks good. Now I want to check in on the status of our colonists. Ah, yes. All of them need to be moved. Okay. That's absolutely fine. We will do that. I don't know if I got that second one. Let's make sure that he's on the way back. There we go. Okay. Yeah, they're all back. Perfect. That was very awkward. I could not click on it. That was entirely a me problem, not a game problem. Okay, let's get this guy in here, and then over in a modus. So that is right here. Excellent. What's the next location? Vasos, over here. Beautiful. And then we've got this location. And then we should have one more. So that would be right out over here. Excellent. So get all of those underway. They will be arriving there relatively shortly. I'm not sure where exactly they are. Way at the bottom. Okay, excellent. Do we want to enforce serfdom here? I don't really care too much about the Dynatoy. I'd rather have the admin power. So we're going to say no. I do want to get more of these cores underway, of course, and we will definitely do that. So that all looks great, and I want to continue to check in on, there are potentially, yeah, there's some good town halls that we can make, but I'm not very concerned about that right now. Right now, I want to get these basilicas finished. So we'll at least get some progress on that. But it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we're going to get the building projects finished, probably. We're almost certainly going to get all these cores made, and that will be absolutely fantastic. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Dark Horse, Ethan Feldman, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge STL, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.